Hey everybody, James W. Falcon here with another segment number 4 in my life coaching series that I started just a few days ago that I call, Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. Hey, Pastor Luke, great to have you aboard, sir. Thanks so much for joining. This is a series I started called Wow Works, like wow, like excited works. And thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. And I'm really excited about this series for a number of different reasons. So let me just give you a couple of announcements before we get started, and I'm going to try to let a few seconds go by to give some folk a chance and an opportunity to join us. So I'm so glad that you are here. Listen, everybody, for your information, if you don't already know, this series and all of the other series that I've done, you can find out on my YouTube channel that's called James W. Falcon. It's under the heading that I created called Encouragement is Key. 6 years ago, in 2010, I created a network, started building a network of encouragement-based projects. And 6 years later, I now have a threefold mission statement, which is to provide encouragement to individuals, encouragement for couples, and encouragement for leaders and team members in the workplace. So that's my threefold mission and vision statement. Again, you can go out to my YouTube channel for that. If you want to find out more details and information about me as a professional, as a life coach, as an author, as a poet, you can go to my blog site, which is called Encouragement is Key. And then while I'm there, I want to also invite you to go out to my Facebook page called Encouragement is Key, which serves as the hub for everything that I'm doing currently and the projects that I have that are upcoming as well. So the network is growing, and I'm really excited about that. Now, I mentioned the network for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it is key to what I'm going to share today. As a matter of fact, my network is serving as the basis for this whole thing that I created called WowWorks, and that will make a lot more sense here in just a minute. Also, do me a favor, because I believe in referrals. I believe in connecting people to other people. So there are 3 people that I want to invite you all to check out. If you go through my friends list on Twitter and even on Periscope, you will find the name Mario Armstrong. Mario Armstrong was a high school classmate of mine. He is a fraternity brother. He is an all-around incredible guy, and he is about to launch a talk show in September using a brand new approach to broadcast. And I'm not going to give it away, but join him. He scopes quite a bit, and you'll get the fever and the flavor for what he is doing, and you'll be excited because he is about to make history with his approach. The other thing, there's a young lady named Angie Scher, and she is in Austria. Actually, she's probably here in the States visiting. And she and her partner, Emily Jasmine, do what I'm doing here in Baltimore. They do in the land down under. Check them out. Again, go through my blog or my Periscope listings to find their tags and locations. They are incredible ladies. One lady does beauty tips and products, and she actually does a makeup in front of you. Thanks so much for joining. And in the course of that, she talks about encouragement. She talks about different life coaching things. Thanks for the hearts. I really appreciate it. And so you got to check her and her partner out because they are phenomenal women. And I had a chance to connect with them, I guess, maybe a month or 2 ago. And we are forging a partnership going forward. So just as a few announcements. Now, James W. Falcon is my name. Encouragement is Key is the network that I'm building. WowWorks is this series. What in the heck is WowWorks, you might ask? I'm glad you did. Here's what WowWorks are. WowWorks are the things that enable us in our adulthood to remain healthy, happy, energetic, and I equate that ability, that mindset, to what it meant when we were kids. You guys remember when you were in grade school and you had science, math, reading, and all the other subjects, and you had lunch, and then you had recess. You remember the days of recess? I loved recess. I've always been a nerdy, geeky student. I love learning and have all the way up until I got my master's 6 years ago. But I love school and learning. But what I really enjoyed was recess. I couldn't wait for the doors to swing open and for little James to run across the parking lot to the dodgeball, to the basketball, to the footballs, etc., etc. We'll check in later. Hitting the road. Blessings. Hey, thanks so much, Pastor Luke. I'll check in with you myself. Thank you, sir, for joining. And Pastor Luke, don't forget, check me out on YouTube when you get a chance. Okay, thanks so much. And so recess was really, really important for me. And I was energetic, and I'm sure you guys were too, as it relates to recess. Well, here's what happens. We get older, and all of a sudden, the youthfulness of life starts to dwindle, and I get it. I'm an adult. I'm a parent. I'm a grandparent. I'm a godparent. I understand. Things start to take a back seat, and most of the time, those things are our own personal joy, happiness, and pursuits. And a lot of the other things that are unique to us as individuals start to take a back seat. If you have a significant other, you are more others-minded or other-minded than you are regarding your own needs. And I get all of those things. However, I just don't want you to fall into the rut that I fell into, where in 2010 I crashed and burned, had an emotional breakdown, and it was horrible. It was the pitch blackest moment of my life. Things were discombobulated. I was broken. I was discouraged. I was frustrated. I was everything and every adjective and adverb that you can imagine, but kind of on the dark side. And what I started realizing was, in the course of me sliding down this slippery slope, I found one thing was key. I stopped paying attention to myself. I stopped doing and pursuing the things that I enjoy. And I'm not talking about the things that are out of obligation. I'm not talking about the things that are out of our religious pursuits and obligations. I'm not talking about the things that were spouse related, significant other. I'm not talking about the things that were related to my education, my children, etc. Thanks so much for joining. I'm talking about things that I want to do. In other words, my recess periods stopped. And I found myself with the weight of all of the other responsibilities on my shoulders, and I was the dutiful soldier. Thank you so much for joining. I was the dutiful soldier, but I was not having any kind of fun. Hello, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. I am broadcasting live from Baltimore. Where are you joining me from? Please let me know. I'm excited that you're here. So I was the dutiful soldier. You're from Russia. Wow, way across the pond. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, everybody that's on the broadcast, do me a quick favor. Go through your Periscope friends list and just send out an invite, because I want to have a lot more people to join this, because I really feel like this is some really cool information, and it will contribute to your emotional, spiritual, physical, psychological well-being. So do that for me briefly if you wouldn't mind. So I realized that I had to start incorporating some things in my life that would give me the opportunity to have some fun. Do I like, is that P. Meany? I'm sorry, I can't really see the print. Hold on one second. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Let me know what that is, and I'll be able to give you a good answer. Okay? So Wow Works is this. Wow Works comes out of the fact, Russian food. You know, I haven't really had a lot of Russian food, but I love food and would love to have the opportunity to chow down on some Russian food, Russian cuisine. It's probably the only thing. Yeah, what a pity, I know. I'm not as cultured as I'd like to be, but I'm working on it, and I appreciate you sharing that information with me. So when I was in this broken state, I realized that I wanted to reach out to other people who were in the same condition that I was. So thank you so much for joining. So thank you for the hearts. I wanted desperately to encourage people who were dealing with the things that I was dealing with. And so I started building a network. I started doing a Facebook page. It's called Cafe Encouragement. It still exists today. That served as the motivational hub for all of the things I was doing. I did videos, a lot of posts that were inspirational, motivational, and then that developed into, thank you so much for the hearts, it's really encouraging, that developed into me doing a blog talk radio show. Then that developed, thanks for joining, that developed into me doing a newsletter online that was a women-to-women based newsletter. That developed into et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And to this day, as of April 2016, I have 8 books to my credit, four more books actually waiting in the wings. My current book of poetry is up and out on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. It's called Excerpts from the Journal of an Aging Man. It is one of my most powerful written works ever. And again, everything that I'm talking to you about is encouragement based, but it was all born out of the pain and the suffering that I went through in that dark black period after this emotional explosion. And so me building this thing became my wow works. It was what I couldn't wait to get home from work to do. It was what after my kids went to sleep, couldn't wait to invest in. What happened in this dark time? Well, I had a number of things start to crash. Some relationships, key relationships in my life disintegrated. I had a major job change. I had some changes in salary. I had a particular project and thing that I was working on just kind of dissolve, and it left me kind of, really in a weird place. My balance was off. And most importantly, my mother died in 2010. My father had died years earlier. I was very close to both of my parents. And when my mother died, it was exceptionally, hey, thank you so much, I appreciate it. It was an exceptionally difficult time because here's why. My mother raised my brother and I, and she would always say, hey, listen, son, when I die, don't cry, don't mourn my loss. So long as you and I have had a good relationship, then you celebrate my memory, but keep going. So when my mother died, I actually preached her funeral. I didn't shed a single tear. She died in August of 2010. It wasn't until February of 2011 that the dutiful soldier and son that she raised started to really mourn her loss. I was too busy doing what she said. So that was one of the key pieces. So 2010, 2011, up to 2012-ish was a very difficult time for me because I was 41 years old, and it was typical of what people tend to go through when they're in the midlife crisis stage. Thank you so much for the hearts, whoever that is. That is really encouraging, and I appreciate your time and attention and the hearts. And so during this midlife crisis time frame, I was really, really struggling. But when I started thinking about other people who were dealing with the loss of a parent, when I started thinking about other people who were dealing with what I dealt with, is not just my mother, but my dad as well. And when you were as close as to your parents as I was, these were devastating pieces, but I kept going. So what was it out there for the dutiful soldiers like myself to encourage me? Because at this point in time, everything's about work. Everything's about adulthood, paying bills, obligations, raising kids, etc., etc. Do I have kids? Yes, I do. I have 4 daughters. I have a goddaughter. I have 3 granddaughters and 3 grandsons. So I am not only a dad, I am a godfather and a grandfather, and I enjoy the whole process of parenting. Thank you so much for the questions. So you can imagine where I was. Thank you. I think it's incredible. I think it really is. So I have 11 people that I am responsible to, their mother and I, in raising, molding, shaping, and supporting them through the various seasons of life. So where I was I needed something to invest in. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is not only Wild Works, but this is the title of this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. The title of this, the subtitle of this particular Wild Works segment is going to be called Unique Investments. Unique Investments, Pace Setters. And this is segment number 4. Now, let me tell you what this is all about. Segment number 4, Unique Investments, is this. We get a chance when we do Wild Works, when we have these unique projects that we've set up, like my encouragement-based network that's called Encouragement is Key. What winds up happening in these scenarios is the fact that you get a chance to work at something at your own pace. You're the boss. You're not taking orders. You're not taking instruction. You're not doing what somebody is telling you to do. Wild Works is your own thing. Think about how healthy that is to be able to have something that you're investing in that you get to call the shots for. Now, am I saying that to take orders and instructions on a job is wrong or beneath us? Absolutely not. Because in life, we are all a part of some kind of hierarchical system, whether it's in the family, whether it's in the workplace, if we're in the military, any kind of government service, etc., etc. That's the way life is. That's what we signed up for, right? What I'm talking about is having the ability to dream and vision at your own, and have visions at your own pace. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's having the ability to be able to choose what you want to focus on. You, just like recess. Remember the days of recess. When you came bolting out of those doors for school, it was up to you in terms of what sport, what ball, the monkey bars, the swings, what you wanted to do. Do you remember those days? This is what I'm talking about. It's a wow work. It's something that excites you to where you become contagious like I am now. It's where it's like you can't wait to tell people what you're working on. And it's not tied to your significant other, as I certainly hope all of you have wonderful relationships with that man or woman. It's not tied to your kids, though I hope you are joy-filled as I am to be a parent. It's not tied to the job that pays your bills. It's not tied to that. It's not tied to anything else. It's not an obligation. It's you, whether it's knitting, whether it's writing like I do, whether it's performing poetry like I do, or whether it's just focusing on something that you feel would be useful as it relates to humanity, or it could be something totally private like studying rocks, rock climbing. It could be your tenacity to want to stay in shape. Whatever it is, it needs to be a thing that you can uniquely contribute to. You get to call the shots. And I wrote a few things down. Okay? You get a chance to do the following. The following is as such. You control the tempo. Listen, check this out. This is what a wild works is. You control the tempo. You control the focus. You control the hours that you're going to invest. You control the width, the breadth, the height of this thing that you're building. You are the gatekeeper. This is what's so critical. Okay? The vision is yours. The dream is yours. You control. Do you all remember? I'm 46 years old. Do you all remember the show The Outer Limits? Anybody out there remember that show? Give me some hearts if you do. And if you don't worry about it. You can find it on YouTube. But it was a show kind of like The Twilight Zone. And I see some hearts. And it used to start off by saying, don't adjust your TV set. We control the vertical. Hey, how you doing? We control the horizontal. We control, and it talked regarding those pieces. Well, I'm going to use that show's opening as what I want to share with you regarding what a wow works is and how it can be beneficial. And here's why. You control it. You get a chance to make unique investments in this project. My grandmother was a knitter. She loved to knit me scarves and booties and things. I know some people that enjoy rock collecting. I know some people that enjoy working out. I enjoy creating opportunities like this via social media that allow me to encourage. Hey, thanks so much for joining. That allow me to encourage other people. Threefold mission statement. Do I have investing sector experience? Yes, a little bit. Taught myself about stocks and bonds. I've done quite well with the 401ks that I've set up with the companies that I've worked for, all out of self-knowledge. By the way, concerning investment, can I just throw this out? There is a book out there that's called Investing for Dummies. If you haven't gotten it, get it. It will serve as a lifeline and almost like a Bible for you if you are interested in learning more about investing. Hope that helps. I'm African American, 24. I run my own fund. Is that right? We need to talk, friend. We need to talk. Listen, let's, right after the broadcast, let's see if we can connect via email or something. Maybe we can even do a private chat of some sort, because I'd love to be able to connect with you so I can continue to learn. And then whatever information that I have, I'll be happy to share, pass along with you. You see that? See, that's awesome right there. That piece right there, if I shut this series down, that dialogue that we're having with this friend viewer right here is worth it. Thank you so much for the hearts. So we're talking about Wow Works today, folks. Remember recess. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Coming out of the school doors. running across the parking lot with the wind blowing through my hair. Yeah, right. Okay, you understand my point. With the wind at my face, and I had the opportunity. Will it be the monkey bars? Will it be the sliding board? Will it be the swings? Will it be dodgeball, baseball, basketball, football? Will it be whatever? I controlled what I was going to get involved in. And after recess, you cannot tell me I wasn't healthier, much more energetic to approach the challenges that I had remaining to be faced in that day. This has been segment number 4 of my series called Wow Works. You get a chance to be your healthiest. You get a chance to be your sharpest. You get a chance to be most enthusiastic about the projects that you are involved in. Check out the first 2 segments of Wild Works that I've done. You can find those out on my YouTube channel, which is James W. Falcon. My apologies, the segment that I did last night, video was fine, but the audio absolutely sucked and you could not hear me. I just found that out today as I was trying to download and then upload it to my YouTube channel. So this is segment number 4. Tomorrow, this is awesome, man. It sounds like something I'm working on. Fantastic. See, we get a chance to connect, inspire each other, encourage each other, and let that enthusiasm be contagious. So listen, everybody, check out the first 2 segments, segments 1 and 2 of Wild Works out on YouTube. I'm working on a nonprofit to teach people to trade. Wow, we've got to connect. First 2 segments out on YouTube. I'm going to do a redo of the 3rd session. I'm going to do the 5th session tomorrow, which I'm going to talk about, which is going to be called Getting Started. I want you to understand that don't think about this too long. Don't wait. Don't suffer from paralysis regarding this. Think about what it is you want to do as a wild work. It could be something as simple as knitting, something as simple as research, whatever. But make sure whatever that thing is, it pumps your heart and gets your blood flowing in a way that nothing else does. So by the end of the segments, we have, which I'll do by next week, I'll have all 5 of the series segments up and running on my YouTube channel. But until then, check me out on the Facebook page, Encouragement is Key, which serves as the hub for everything I'm doing. You get a chance to know what upcoming projects I'm working on. I talk to you at length about my books. I do poetry and spoken word. You get a chance to find out where I am. I was just tagged and asked to do some speaking at an event that we have here in Baltimore called Brown and Healthy. And then the very day, so that's going to be like on a Tuesday. The day before that, I'm actually going to be doing some live poetry at a place called T-Volve right here in Baltimore. All of which I'm hoping to Periscope, upload to my YouTube channel. But until the next time I am in front of you, I want to leave you with what I leave everybody with. And that is this thought. This thought. It says, whatever you do and however you do it. Do I have a donations page? No, I don't. That's something maybe I need to get involved in. Hey, my friend, do me a favor. Send me some information on my email at encouragement-is-key-2013. Encouragement-is-key-2013 at gmail.com. Let's communicate via email. Or you can simply, if you have Twitter, send me a message at James W. Falcon in my message box on Twitter. And let's get some dialogue going. Let's do some things email or message related, and then we'll exchange phone numbers because I desperately want to connect and talk with you. Until next time, everybody, thank you so much for the hearts. Love them. Appreciate you taking some time out in your day for me. This is James W. Falcon. Wild Works is the name of this series. Encouragement is Key is the network I'm building. And before I'm before you again, whatever you do and however you do it, get, be, and stay encouraged in all of that. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Enjoy Friday.